up? How's it going? What up? What up?
What jumps out about their offense? I mean, we see the biggest challenge that they have.
Biggest challenges they have. They do a lot of different things. There's a lot of different challenges out there, but they do a lot of movement stuff. They put players in different positions. But once you simplify it down, it's still your slot receiver, your running back, or whatever. But they move a lot of people around. That's really it. Their personnel switches so much. So.
Numbers with McCaffrey, we've seen him for years, but what does he do so effectively that allows him to average the production he does per game per carry?
Just simply him putting his foot in the ground. He's got good vision. He's patient. He's a veteran running back who's been doing it for a while. But once he sees something, he put his foot in the ground. He's north and south straight to the end zone. He doesn't really do too much dancing and stuff. So he likes to get downhill. He'll get to it. So he has really good vision, though. Really, really good vision.
It does seem like at least some level there's overlap between him and Gibbs and the style of runner they are. I mean, just seeing that daily in the practice, that one step and just elite burst. How much does that help you on a day-to-day basis prepare for something like this?
Oh yeah, definitely. Since he's been doing it a little bit longer or whatever than Gibbs has, but it's definitely some similarities there for sure. The way they play, the way they run, the way he's able to put that foot in the ground. But yeah, it's definitely a huge help. Definitely a huge help.
Alim, I know you guys have been really blown away by the home team support from Lions fans these first two playoff games, but now there's a huge contingent of fans planning to travel out to San Francisco. Can you just talk about what that means when you're on the road in a hostile environment and you see so much blue and you hear them at the end and they all flood down, and how much they've supported you and what it means to you guys as a team?
To me, it's comforting, I would say. Just seeing all our fans out there, it doesn't feel that much like an away game, because our away games, we've seen so much blue as it felt like a home game. So it feels really good to see all our fans out there, and I expect to see so much blue out there this weekend. So, yeah, it's comforting to me.
Just at the most basic level, what does this opportunity mean for you and this football team being 60 minutes away from one of the biggest games in the NFL?
Yeah, that's almost self-explanatory. This opportunity doesn't come much. This opportunity is huge. It means everything to me. This is the only thing that's on my mind right now. The only thing I need to be worried about is we got to win this Sunday. But you're telling me it's one game and then that game. And yeah, it's self-explanatory to me.
How do you think the run defense has played the last month or so?
Run defense?
Your run defense.
I feel like it's been detailed. We've been focused on it. We've been honed in on it. Because, ultimately, that's the run game. You can't stop the run game. A lot of things start to bleed. So that's always the number one focus. I feel like we've been detailed with it, and we've been using our hands. We've been getting off blocks. We've been making plays in the backfield. So I feel like we've been aggressive, really aggressive in the run game.
Average, maybe a little bit more than you've given up early in the year, and there were some big plays a couple weeks earlier. Is there any reason for that? Is there anything that you guys have been lacking of late that you didn't have early on, or maybe you can just get back to it with you and some of the other injured guys?
I wouldn't really say that. This is the NFL. They get paid too, so they're going to make plays. And sometimes that happens. But sometimes it'll be something small, like could have been in this gap a little bit stronger or whatever, held this point a little different. But sometimes it's just, it'll be a good play call by them, and they'll just make a play or something like that. But no, I wouldn't say it like that, because we've been really focused and honed in on the run game. So yeah, we've been trying our absolute hardest to be the best defense in the NFL right now. So.
Yesterday all starts with that, right? Stop the run still first.
Oh yeah, 100%. Definitely this week, because if we let them start running the ball, that's all they'll do. They won't even have to get to passing the ball. You got to stop the run.
We've been talking about just the young guys and how are they prepared for this moment. You didn't play in this kind of caliber game, I guess, in college. You never played in this caliber game and at professional level. So Where have you found the mindset for this elevated level of competition? Where is that kind of rooted?
In the NFC Championship, that's all I needed to see. I'm not trying to be smart or anything about it, but that's all I needed to see. There's no other motivation I need, no speech, no nothing. They said we're going to the NFC Championship. That's all I needed to hear. So, and for me personally, as a team, we've just been trying to stay calm, cool, collected, or whatever, and we're just going to play our brand of football. We're going to do what we do. But all we needed to see was where we're about to play. So.
I think that's the flip side of right? Like, it's easy to get up for it, but how do you not let the magnitude of the moment consume you? How are you staying calm and collected while rising to that occasion?
Just not switching nothing up. We're preparing the same way we've prepared every week. This isn't just a regular game, but, you got to prepare the same way you do every week. We're focusing on details. We knocked out the run on Wednesday and pass on Thursday. We're preparing the same way. So really it's just the way coach is, talking to us and letting us know what the magnitude of the game is, but how we need to keep our heart levels. We all need to be on the same pace. So this is what we do. We've been doing it all year long, and so we just need to continue to do that on Sunday. But it's really kind of natural with the guys that we have, to be honest. Nobody gets too high, nobody gets too low. We just play our brand of football, and that's what we do. So,
looking at all their offensive weapons, do you think this is the most talented team you guys have played?
I would say one of the more talented. Yeah, I would say that.
But I have a feeling you guys aren't daunted or intimidated by talented teams. You've beaten a lot of really good teams.
Yeah. Definitely not intimidated at all. They definitely have great players over there, great offense, great defense. That doesn't go unnoticed at all. But yeah, definitely not intimidated.
Your brand of football, Aaron Glenn was asked about how he would describe it. He said, "You guys will bite anybody's face off when you go to play them."
Violent. That's what we do. I've been saying that the whole year, all season too. That's just our brand of football. That's how we play. That's how you have to play. The only thing we have now is defense is fear. So that's how you have to play. You have to be violent. You have to be aggressive. You got to bite people's faces off. You have to.
And from the inside, the team built the way it is. How much do you guys buy into that brand? How much do you guys just own it?
Oh yeah, a lot. The whole thing. I buy it all. Just because when I say what defense has is fear, we have to instill fear into people, and so biting people's faces off and being violent and stuff like that. That's just tough and scary to look at on film. You don't want to have to engage in that. So yeah,
You talked about, just keeping the heart rate level. Brock Purdy in that pocket, his heart rate is impressive. Just stays really calm and poised as the pocket crushes around him. So from your perspective as a defensive tackle, as you're trying to affect him, what is the key in your mind?
I hate to be really simple up here, but getting pressure. You can't throw the ball if you can't see. So if there's pressure in his face and it's constant pressure, he's constantly getting hit, he's not going to want to keep taking those type of hits, So we have to stay in his face. We have to apply the pressure. We can't just, as D lineman, we can't just sit back and try to hope for a rush or whatever to work. We have to go apply that pressure, get in his face so he can't make those throws. Because if we do, just sit back, he'll be able to read, he'll be able to make decisions and stuff like that. We don't want to give him that time.
This week been off the field for you, ticket requests or family or people running into you at the grocery store that are telling you you're the best ever? How do you deal with that sort of talk, I guess?
I just block it out, honestly. I haven't responded to ticket requests, text and stuff like that. You feel me? I'm just not worried about that. My parents is going, I have people going, but I'm not. I just block that out. And that's, for me personally, that's not hard to do, honestly, but I block all of that out. I'm worried about this game right here. So the tickets, you can worry about that later. But this game right here, that's all I'm worried about.
Back home that you haven't heard from in 3 years?
A bunch. And I'm not a mean person. I would love to give everybody tickets, but I just can't focus and worry about that right now. Not at all.
AJ was in here talking about Alex's value, partly as a translator for this defense. And so what do you see as his value?
I can't put into words what Alex's value is, honestly. Even just to me personally, getting D linemen aligned and getting certain calls, I might not have heard something. Alex knows exactly what I was trying to ask him before me asking him. So Alex's value to this defense, to this team, period, I can't even put into words, honestly. He does so much for us, honestly. I can't put it into words, but Alex does everything. He's like the LeBron of our defense. He just knows everything going on. I don't know how he does, but he just do. I know he watches film, he studies. I do too, and I don't know, but Alex's value to the team, it's high for sure.
All right, thanks, Alim.
Appreciate y'all.
Just take everybody excited about this NFC Championship game. Just going back to Cali. You're excited about this experience right now.
Yeah, I'm excited. My first time in the playoffs.
we're happy to be where we're at right now. Still got some work left to do, but I'm excited. The team's excited. Going back to California, I wouldn't say back home. It's like 5 or 6 hours away from my home, so kind of different up north. But still going back to California. Always nice to be back, but it's a business trip for us. They're a good team. They've been good all year, but we're excited.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. Vegas got us at 7-point underdogs. And what are your thoughts about that? We haven't been in the championship since 1957. What are your thoughts about being an underdog?
I feel like we've been the underdog for a long time. Well, since I've been here, we've been the underdog for a lot of the times, a lot of the games. We're away going to their house, so I get it, understandable. Niners are a strong team. They've been strong all year. But at the end of the day, you got to go play ball. Both teams got to go play. That's just. I don't even look into those numbers too much. I just go out there and try to focus on the game plan, the opponent, what we have up next. But yeah, we're underdogs. Like I said, we've been underdogs for a while here, so it's nothing new to us. But we got to go out there and still play.
I know you weren't happy with the Pro Bowl voting, although you got the All-Pro selection. But do you feel like there's something about some of the talent on this team gets undervalued a little bit? Like Sewell was first team All-Pro as well. Beyond that, those guys. Do you think you guys get a little undervalued just because of, how you're portrayed?
Yeah, I think, we're definitely in a smaller market compared to some other teams. But we really just started winning, towards the back half of last year, going into this year. I think the more you win, the more people pay attention, the more primetime games you get, the more people watch you play. That all adds up. I think, winning cures everything. So if we can keep winning, I think, we'll have more eyes on us. And people will start to realize, the type of talent you have. Any winning team has good players. That's why they're winning. So we definitely have a lot of good players on this team. But like I said, we got to keep winning and keep proving that. I think all the rest of that stuff will come.
49ers have been there for the last 5 years, and this is you guys' first time. What gives you confidence that you guys belong there, or should be there, and have a chance to win there? What do you have?
We earned it. First of all, we earned it to be here. We've won the games we had to. We won all year. Won our division. Got a few home playoff games. But I think the record is one reason why you get here, and then winning in the playoffs, obviously. But I feel like we've done it, all year. We've been pretty consistent. We've dropped a few games. Lost a few by a lot. Lost a few close ones, but for the most part, we're pretty consistent. But I feel like once you get in the playoffs, the regular season doesn't matter. Anyone can beat you. And so that's kind of how we've approached it. It's kind of like a new season in this playoffs, one game at a time, and that's kind of the mentality we've had the whole time. So, two good teams. We've been pretty good, both teams, all year, and it's finally time for us to play against each other, and I think it's gonna be a great matchup.
Brad Holmes was named Executive of the Year today. Panay said there's a little ongoing debate in the locker room about which one of his draft classes is best. Do you want to state your case for the 2021 class being the best draft class he's had?
I definitely got to go with our class. I might be a little biased, but me, Panay, Alim, Derek Barnes, game-winning pick last game. Who else is in our class? Levi, Iffy, Ballin. We got guys in our class. Granted, there's definitely guys in the other classes too, but I'm gonna be biased and say mine. But he's put together a great group the last 3 years. That's a testament to his hard work and everyone up there. But definitely got to go with my class.
You Panay, and Alim obviously caught on pretty quickly, made pretty immediate impacts. To see Derek and Iffy kind of join you guys now as part of that first foundational draft class, how much pride do you take in their emergence this season?
Yeah, it's awesome to see. I feel like everyone grows, everyone learns at a different rate, and to see those guys come along, kind of when we needed them most, is amazing to see. Because like I said, we came in together. I was able to rookie mini camp. I remember all the guys going into our rookie year. We were scrambling, trying to figure things out, playbook, being in the NFL, what it's like, schedule, everything. And now, since we've been in it for 2 years now, almost 3, to see the guys that I came in with out on the field doing what they love, playing at the best that they've played since they've been here, it's awesome to see. And I'm just glad, I was a part of it since then, and everyone got here. I'm just glad to see the process.
I saw the podcast this week, Calvin Johnson, 25 yards away, man. Lions history again. It seems like you always make it 25 yards away from the most receiving yards in the Lions postseason history. Man. Like, how cool was it to talk to Calvin Johnson again and talk to one of the OGs and continue to make history even in the playoffs, man? It seems like every game, every year is something that's set in the environment.
Yeah, it was awesome to have him on the podcast. He's one of the best receivers of all time, greatest Lions receiver of all time. So just to be able to talk with him, just on a personal level, nothing crazy. I felt like it wasn't even an interview. I felt like we were just chopping it up. We can talk about anything we want. He was open. I had questions for him that I always wanted to ask him. But to be able to talk to him was fun. It was honoring. It was humbling. Like I said, I remember being a kid watching him play. I wasn't a Lions fan growing up, but he would be on SportsCenter top 10 like every week with the plays that he made. And he was a difference maker. So to have him on the podcast was cool. I didn't even know we were going to have him until like 2 days before. So it was awesome. Was able to, like I said, speak with him, chopped it up. But he's one of the best to ever do it. So I don't look too much into the stats, like you just said, that I might break, whatever. I just go out there and play the game, and then find out later after the game that I broke maybe another record. But winning is the most important thing right now.
Going off of that even more though, Calvin Johnson on your podcast, he was saying how proud he was of you guys and the work that you're doing. And you've seen so many guys from years past come back to the game, on the field before the game, cheering for you guys. What does that mean that the work you're doing now is making teams prior proud?
I think it's awesome. I feel like a lot of those guys, especially here in Detroit, didn't even get to go to the playoffs or win playoff games. So to do it here, I know how much it means to those former players to see their former team finally winning games at home with the atmosphere. I couldn't imagine being a former player coming back and watching us, do what we've been doing. So I'm happy for them. I know they're ecstatic. But like I said, for us as a team, we want to do it for obviously us as a team, for the fan, and then for guys like that, for former players that I know, how much they've always wanted to win something here. And we have a chance to do that now. And it's just, we're here. It's now.
Teammates talk a lot about your routine. What are some things in your routine that are non-negotiable that you do every day? And how did you get into that routine? Like, what inspired you to do what you do?
Yeah, I've kind of had a routine for a long time. Before I even got to the league, certain things that I have to do to make sure my body's right, for game time. Obviously, I catch balls, do things like that. But just taking care of my body, certain things that I do that are non-negotiable just because, I've had injuries in the past, and this is going to make sure I do certain things to make sure that, those injuries won't happen again. Just maintaining like strength and whatnot. So certain things like that I have no choice whether I want to do it or not. I got to do it because I got to stay on the field. So things like that I do. But yeah, there's a routine, but for me, some days I don't feel like doing it, but I have no choice. I got to do it.
A lot of NFL fans are enamored with mobile quarterbacks. But do you think Jared's made a case that, hey, there's still room in this league for a pocket passer based on how he's grown and how he's played over the season and in the playoffs?
Yeah. I don't think Jared can't run. He definitely, his legs still work, but he definitely prefers to throw it if he can, get rid of it. But, yeah, you might say he's not as mobile as some of the other quarterbacks in the league. But, you look at what he's done this year, the past few years, he's been one of the most what's the word I'm looking for? He's been one of the best quarterbacks in this league statistically the past 2 years. This year he's been great all year. I think he does a great job of I mean, when things aren't there, he get to his check down reads quick, get rid of it, make smart decisions. Whereas, you know, maybe some more mobile quarterbacks maybe run for the first or try to, you know, make something happen. He knows what he's capable of doing. So, I mean, he does a great job of getting rid of the ball, throwing it away when he needs to. And definitely, I mean, he definitely makes a case for quarterbacks like him that can, you know, still make plays. And, I mean, look how far we've gotten now with a quarterback like that. So he's just fine.
One more?
You were part of the 2021 draft class. Dan was coming in same time. Do you feel like between yourself, Panay, Derek made a great play last week, do you feel like you guys are kind of the start of the foundation of what is being built here?
I mean, kind of. I feel like, yeah. I mean, we came in as that draft class. We came in together. There's definitely some players that weren't drafted in our class that are still on this team when I first got here. Decker, Frank, Germ, a bunch of players that were here when I got here that are still here. But we feel like, I mean, I know my draft class, I mean, we came in all together. I came in with Coach L, a lot of the coaches. So we feel like, I mean, we were kind of the start. We witnessed, you know, the start of Coach Campbell. That year we went, 3-13-1. And to be a part of that, you know, see the struggles and see where we are now. It's like I tell everyone, it's awesome to see just when you sit back and really think about what it was like 2 years ago and what it was like last year, you know, what it was like when we finished the season, how close we were to making the playoffs, and then where we are now. I mean, it's a blessing, but it's definitely a testament to how hard everyone's worked, coaches, players. But we got to keep going. It's not the end.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Let me ask you about San Francisco. There was one of the things that Aaron said today is that for guys in the defensive backfield, having a short memory is a superpower. How do you guys manage that play in and play out?
We're only here for 60 minutes to play football. So if y'all want me to say something about schematically, matchups, I'm not. We're going to play good football for 60 minutes, and then we're going to go home.
I'm not asking you to say that.
I'm just making sure. I'm just letting you know. You said something about matchups.
Oh, for sure.
That's,
no.
Yeah, there you go.
I said about having a short memory.
Yeah, we're going to play good football for 60 minutes.
Is it for a defensive back?
We're going to have to play good for 60 minutes. That's a great memory for me.
What does that entail for you guys?
Run, hit, and cover.
What's the confidence level of this defense after you guys have been able to really limit a lot of...
We've been doubted all year. To be here, yeah, what y'all want us to say now?
Do you like playing with that chip on your shoulder?
No, 'cause I was here last year, and I won it last year.
Do you feel like having a chip on their shoulder is something good for this locker room?
No. Playing with a chip on your shoulder ain't going... Everybody got chips on their shoulders. Like, I got one too, but it's like a grudge. You got to let that shit go and focus on the now.
Has the confidence of this defense grown throughout the season?
We winning, ain't we?
So, Dan, does that answer the question?
Defense won the game last week, huh?
Yes, you were on the field for the final play. What does that do for the confidence of this team, and how much has it grown throughout the season?
We get better week in, week out, and we don't care about the critics. That makes sense. We see it, but we don't care about it.
Most people will give the 49ers the edge with all of their great offensive players against your defense. I assume that falls under the category of you don't care about that because they do have the best offense in the league.
What is it about Aaron Glenn that you like the most as a coach?
He brings the best out of all his players. That's why I think this team is growing. That's why we're in the NFC Championship. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Oh, I was just going to say, is there a bit of a bond? I mean, how strong is the bond between you guys and AG?
It's a strong bond between everybody in AG. That's why we're able to adapt and play at a high level for them. So I think this is like it's a good little, and it's like a good little story right now for him, for guys that played with him and guys that grow with him from year one with him all the way to here now.
What have you seen out of Iffy as of late that's help him come on so late into the season?
Baller. He's a baller. He been a baller. He had to get a chance, and he got his chance. So want to keep seeing the guy thrive, and I'm supporting him, behind him, and keep going.
Derek Barnes, he came on late in year 3. He acknowledged it in the post-game celebration. That first interception came in year 3. What did you see from him out of that last play and that you'd like to see him continue?
Football player that can make those plays all the time. That's all. Like, he's a big-time player. He's an important part of our defense, important part of our front seven, and he's one of the guys we depend on to make those type of plays.
Would you confirm that Alex Anzalone also is another LeBron?
I respect Alex and I love my boy there, but he ain't got LeBron effect. LeBron effect is different. He has traits of Ray Lewis, traits of DeMario Davis, traits of himself. He's just him, so you can't compare him to nobody else. I mean, he's Alex Anzalone for this team. He's not LeBron James. He's not DeMario Davis or the guys I named the traits of because of highlights he got, but Alex is one of those guys who's just a hard-nosed football player that's going to get shit done. And we can depend on him week in, week out. So, yeah.
Can you just give me a couple of thoughts about the fans and the way they've traveled this season for you guys?
Keep traveling. The season ain't over with.
Yeah, there's 20% supposedly.
I don't care about 20%, but keep traveling. The season's not done yet.
How can they impact a game for you guys?
Greatly. She's seen upset because she can't get a real question in. Anyways, what's the question again?
About how the fans have impacted you guys.
Oh, yeah, we've been good. We've been doing good. We sold out last week. We're going to sell out this week. We're going to sell out next week. Well, 2 weeks, if you know it makes sense. What's up, boss?
What's happening?
Just to let y'all know, this is my second conference championship in 2 years. So the DNA championship don't stop. Y'all want to hear about insights and shit about San Fran and all this? That's a great team. A dominant team, and I'm just glad that we made it to the point to face for a championship. Kudos to their coaches, kudos to their players, and also kudos to our coaches and kudos to our players. The 2 best teams are fighting for the conference championship. So no questions about matchup, no questions about talent-wise. The 2 best teams fighting for the conference. I'm tired of y'all talking about matchups.
What about the intensity level? How much does that go up in the conference championship in your
You always go up. It's NFL. Guys go in with an intensity level to win every weekend. The only thing that changed this weekend is it got a title game in front of it. Don't change. You still got to play 60 minutes of football. Only thing that changed is how you win the game at, then how you celebrate. And I think if you want to come out on the other side of winning, this group deserves it. And I ain't talking about me. The guys that's been here, that went 0-10-1, they deserve it. The guys that got drafted here, they deserve this.
You seem like you're not giving yourself too much credit, but the fact that you and Laporta are on that list, special. Do you feel like something special is going on with this offense, with this team?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people never thought we could do it, so it means a lot to, the city and the team that we're, doing something like this, especially at this this program. It hasn't been done before in a while, so it means a lot to us.
The foundation of this team is the run game, and the leader coaching you guys is Scotty Montgomery. Can you just speak to how he is as a leader and how he's really brought you along in your rookie year and also getting you to mesh with David year 1 too?
Yeah, Scotty funny. He's a player's coach, and he always tries to get the best out of us. Walk through games, practice, everywhere we're at, he tries to get the best out of us.
Being nominated for Rookie of the Year, what does that mean for you?
It means a lot. It was one of my goals coming in, so it's very special to me.
Do you usually meet your goals when you set one?
Yeah, a little bit, sometimes.
Is there a goal that you remember you have not hit?
College-wise?
National championship, I didn't hit that, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
What makes their linebackers so difficult?
They're smart. They both run to the ball. They're good in space. Anything you name, they could do. So
when we talk to Ben, he always talks about it being a challenge, and he gets kind of this little crooked smile on his face, lining up and scheming against defenses like that. Do you sense that from him, and do you kind of feed off that?
Yeah, he always accepts the challenge. He likes going against very good defenses because it gives him an opportunity to scheme up something new and and he trusts us to make those plays. So yeah.
Lions are always kind of depicted as an underdog story, but do you feel like this team, talent-wise, can compete with anybody?
Yeah, I think we can compete with anybody. We have a lot of good players on the team. They have a lot of good players, so it just comes down to execution.
There's a lot of talk about the San Francisco offense, but I get the sense that the guys on the offense in this room feel like they've got a pretty good unit too. Can you talk about how you guys take that as a challenge, or do you?
It's not really a challenge. I feel like they have a good offense. We got a good offense too. It'd be two high pressure offenses going against each other. I feel like our defense is ready for the challenge though.
Ben talks a lot about the excitement of drawing up plans and doing different things. Have you seen a different energy at all from him this week in practice?
No, I've seen him actually being more serious this week. I probably haven't seen a smile from him, so I guess I think he's ready for sure.
Is that something that you guys kind of feed off of? What do you take that as?
Yeah, I don't think everybody can though. People have their own moves leading up to game day. Some get serious, some just chill and let it come to them. So it might be different for different guys.
What's the mood like for you this week?
I'm just letting it come to me. It's just another game to me. I'm just trying to go out there and win on Sunday. I don't really try to think of it too much during the week.
How's your chemistry with Jared now compared to where it was early in the year?
I think it's great. We had multiple months to get it down. We got it down months ago, so I think it's great.
You guys have been playing at home a lot lately. Now going on the road for the first time in a while, what type of challenge do you expect that to be in a game that's the biggest one in the NFC this year?
We won games on the road before, so I don't think it's that much of a challenge. I think the most challenge is us just overthinking it ourselves. I think we're ready for the game, we're ready for the challenge and everything that come with it. The main part is just us overthinking it ourselves, I think.
What have you seen from San Francisco's defense? Their corners appear to be very physical whenever you watch them play.
Yeah, I think they have a real physical team, a real physical defense, real great defense. A lot of guys spaced out. But I think we got things to get around that for sure and work around that. We got a great OC, great head coach, and we've been playing real this week.
It's obviously one thing to be at home and have your home crowd, but how much do you guys like to go on the road and kind of have those boosts? You start smiling, so I'll just let you talk.
On the road, I think it's good on the road because you get a win on the road. It's just like you just upset the fans, all the fans that came out, and it's just a great feeling, just having fun in somebody else's home.
Is it in a way better than doing it at home?
I don't know. It depends on. To me, I would say it depends on like how many home games and away games you have. If you play at home a lot, you just go on the road. People like that, but if you play at home, some people might like home games. To me, it really no preference though.
Do you like a nice grass track for your speed? How does that work into what you do in your game?
I could play on any field. It really don't matter is it grass, turf, or not. Yeah.
Can I ask you just about, being on the road, obviously, most people think of it being a hostile environment, but you guys have had fan turnout unlike anything I've ever seen in my life in the NFL this season. What does it mean to you that the fans make the effort to travel and to support you guys the way they have away from Ford Field?
It means a lot because it just shows support and it shows that they're here with us no matter what. That's miles and miles away. The fans play a big part this year. They played a big part this year. Away games, home games. I see the Ford Field even sold out to just watch the game here. I'm hoping to get some fans out to San Fran this week and just have us, excited.
What's something about Amon-Ra's daily routine that you have borrowed or observed or been impressed by that he does every day?
He be on the jugs a lot, so I just get catches with him sometimes. That's it. That's the main thing.
Up to his 200?
I said sometimes.